Hi, it's Michelle Turner from Movement Lessons. First of all, I'm very sorry that it took this long to get back to you. I can't even begin to say how busy it's been, but still no excuse. Second of all, I still want to say when I respond to you or anybody else, this doesn't replace going to a practitioner. That doesn't replace training alone. For me was 2.5 years, not including countless hours of just years of experience. But I'm going to try to explain what I saw of Jonathan and how it might help you. So that being said, and by the way too, if y'all think I'm crazy because I get around and scramble on the floor, I do this when my clients are here too, so say love you. So my biggest concern is and it shows up patternings into his walking, into his sitting, is the crawling that I consider it's more like a march. So when a crawl, believe it or not, we extend from our tippy toes to our feet. So to do any of things like this, to dive, to walk, there's a connection through our whole system. That's the whole point of lessons, is to learning how to move throughout the whole systems, how we're all connected. If I just tighten this one fit, I don't have the sophistication and the smoothness that I do throughout the rest of the system, because my brain's working on this as well as the other. So when he's, instead of crawling, again, it's a twist of the back, it's a movement of the pelvis. Babies obviously are different, but his crawl is more of a march.
Okay. You want to come here? Okay, this is how he crawled. Finally let go of that cucumber in his hand.
So it's sort of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and the head's very fixed. So when he's doing this marching now, he probably can't even go backwards because of it, but that march presents a lot of information to the system that makes it very hard to do other
Sometimes it's with intention, sometimes it's not. So not quite sure why he's doing it.
other things like work the room. So when you see it, when he goes to turn a corner, you get this kind of.
See how when he turns, he doesn't rotate his body very much.
Turning versus the pivot, or that's allowed, because again, that goes back to crawling. That goes back to when we can go down. It's how we are all connected. Now, obviously, adults don't act like that. But still, if you look at how someone moves, that's how they should be able to move. So I would actually, as far as movement goes, work on him before the crawling.
The water is filling up. Ah, good. Okay, now get up ready. Get up ready. Get up.
1, 2, 3, up.
Up. Yeah. Okay. Stand up.
The whole connection of and again, it's how the knee gets placed to the floor, how that whole conversation. Can the leg go out this way? Can we do it? Can we go this way? Working on that connection from the head to the foot, as well as the arms are involved. Because again, I don't see the midline being crossed as much. Crossing midline, I have midline going down the middle, so for crossing midline, those kind of things of getting up and going down. Babies in a crawl should be able to just nice and gently go from left or right. It's just very neutral. Comes right up and they're inside sitting. So again, that's where not having that, going to sit down across from that stool, where he has to come and really get over it first before he knows he could sit down. So that's why a lot of the lessons are done without gravity involved. To actually work with a child when they're already standing, you have a lot of information that's already going bad. Then to add on to it, gravity, as we call it, versus, again, just on the floor or sitting. Now, what I'm saying here too is, not a doctor, this is not about a diagnosis, this is about giving you tools. I would highly look into information based on autism, just to help you with his communications and with his visual prompts. Where you are stellar, and this is what I always say, and again, I'm going to go back to autism. It's what my son has, so that's what I'm familiar with, but you have to find the one thing they rather would do with you than without you. You're lucky you've got the music. That was the only time, all of a sudden, when you mentioned going to the singing, like in the tub, boom, his eyes lit up, he was there.
You wanna sing Rasa Sayang? John, do you wanna sing Rasa Sayang? You love that song, isn't it? Or you want to sing Kakak? You wanna sing Kakak? Kakak song?
I would even start singing conversation. Again, not everything. You want the variety. Using, because he can't sing without you, and he wants you for the singing. So that's the reward. That's the how you're going to break into his world. You break into his world first, you get that, and then you start saying, how about now doing this? Let's do a little bit of that. And you can get more in there. I highly recommend a book called More Than Words, because it'll talk to you about that. A simple little exercise. Child sitting right here, you know, row, row, row your... And at first it might be a tug, and then it might be a... But to continue the singing, gently down the street, where they realize that they're a part of the conversation. They're not just getting a scenario.